On the news this morning, it said there was a 1% chance of rain. So wow, we must be lucky today. Summer 2020, Rice Lake by Grand Rapids. Starting out with the saltwater blank, Daiwa Tatula reel, 8.1 gear ratio, and of course the Booyah pad crusher. See if we can add another lake with the frog bass. Well, look at that. Sometimes it's good to stand up and throw all the way to the back. First frog bass on Rice Lake, Grand Rapids area. Not the monster of all monsters, but you know what? Looks pretty round. Maybe we'll get a couple of big ones. All right, just before sunrise, another frog bass. Good to know. That has to be very shallow up there too. All right. Another chunky guy. Man, if we find some with some length, I think we're going to be in business today. There we go. Little guy, but gives us hope. Nice. There we go. We got another visitor. Northern. Sunrise Northern. There we go. All right, we're on Rice Lake and not too far from the landing. We've already got 3 fish in the boat. No monsters yet, but nice to start out with some fish. I'll keep the cameras rolling. There we go. I think we got the hook set that time. All right. There we go. At least right at sunup, these frog bass are hitting. Okay, we're back at it. See if we can take advantage of the early sun in this clear lake and get some frog bass to bite. Had some action, forgot my sunglasses. Now we're back. There we go. Smaller guys aren't afraid to hit that frog. Man, they're just plook. One of these times that plook is going to be a plunk and it's going to be a big guy. Sometimes you just have to weed through them. There we go. All right. Another sunrise bass. One more and we equal yesterday's total. About 20 more and we equal yesterday's total weight. So yes, we're getting them smaller, but action. A little better one. All right. Okay. Getting up there a little bit. Right off the lily pads. And there it is. In the first 25 minutes or so, we've tied how many bass we caught all of yesterday. Nice. It's a lot of fun to see them come up out of those lily pads. You know, they're just waiting for that frog to get in a spot where they can get at it. There we go. Another fish. I have to say they're built well, they're just not very long. Fish on. FisherMN goes below the surface with a small swim bait and pulls up the smallest bass of the day. But it's a bass. All right. Good looking fish. Beautiful fish here in Grand Rapids. Like I say, we're gonna keep weeding through them until we find that big one. Thank goodness for the backup rain gear. I forgot my rain gear this trip. Plus, on the news this morning, it said there was a 1% chance of rain. Haven't given you a FisherMN tip of the week for a while, but if you use gulp, take it off your hook. It dries up there. You can soak it in the water, but who wants to wait for that? I'm gonna put a new jig head on. That stuff dries hard as a rock. Let's see how Rice Lake near Grand Rapids likes yellow. Put on our yellow jig head and our yellow twister tail. See what else that Rice Lake has to offer. as you can see, got rained off the lake today. But it wasn't a total loss. Getting up early kind of helped out today. Got there right at sunup and had some time to fish. Today's lake was Rice Lake, just outside of Grand Rapids / Cohasset area. I had a good time with some frog bass in shallow, like really shallow. And then when things get a little bit slow, what do? You pull out the yellow and you drag that yellow twister tail and see what bites. In all today, I caught 5 different species on this lake. Yesterday's trip was more about finding a monster. Today's trip was about exploring this lake. You might notice from some of the footage something you should know if you come to Rice Lake by Grand Rapids. There's no dock at the landing. Now it's summer 2020. I'm not sure if that's a common thing or if that's a new thing this year. So just know that if you're coming to this one. I would call this a lake where you can practice catching frog bass, if that makes any sense. Nothing over 2.5 pounds today, but lots of them. So if you're looking to kind of get that feeling of having a bass hit your lure, I would come here on a calm day, early in the morning, and I'd give it a shot. As well as a cloudy day might help because this water is clear, super clear water here at Rice Lake. All in all, I'm glad I took the chance to come over here. I hope wherever you're fishing, they're biting. Thanks so much for watching this video.